Rejoicing in Divine Mercy, Fourth Sunday of Lent, Year C. Taste and see the goodness of the Lord, the responsorial psalm states, because God is merciful. God's mercy, that we are encouraged to taste and see, is evident in the Gospel passage. The Gospel passage parable that's commonly referred to as the parable of the prodigal son. However, this is not the only way this parable has been titled. It also may be, as Brant Petrie points out, rightly be titled the parable of the merciful father. The father's mercy is evident in how he relates to his two sons, both of whom sin in a very similar manner. Both sons, as we will see, and as well explained by Petrie, sin by cutting themselves off from others, by breaking family relationships. The younger son rejects his family by insisting he receives his inheritance early. Afterwards, he leaves his people and travels to a distant country that was not Jewish, since these people raised pigs, an animal that the Jewish people do not raise nor eat. By describing the youngest son's sin in this manner, the parable teaches us what sin essentially is. Sin is about broken relationships, about hurt people, about isolation and misery due to broken relationships. Sin is secondarily about broken written laws. The older son also sins by breaking relationships when he refuses to enter his family's home. The older son refuses to enter his family home when he hears that his father has welcomed back the younger son. By refusing to enter his family's home, Petrie comments, the older son was rejecting his father. The older son was rejecting his younger brother, his family, and by so doing, by remaining outside of his family's home and refusing to celebrate with his family, refusing to rejoice, the older son was isolating himself from relationship, was refusing to be happy and rejoice with others. From this perspective, we see that sin also entails a refusal to be happy. From this perspective, we see that sin is an insistence to remain dissatisfied, angry, resentful, and at times vengeful. In contrast to his two sons, the father welcomes all into loving, truthful relationships. The father does so by rejoicing in the goodness in others and by encouraging the potential goodness, the goodness that he sees in others that could be in the other person. He encourages that potential goodness to grow and flourish. By arranging for a celebration, the father is the one who invites others to be happy and rejoice. The merciful father, though, does not insist, does not force his two sons to join in celebrating, does not force his two sons to be happy. The merciful father does not force his sons to rejoice, since to be true, joy cannot be forced. During this season of Lent, God desires us to come to Him so that our broken, wounded relationships, especially our family relationships, are healed by God's loving, salvific grace. Today we have been invited to celebrate together in this sacred celebration of the Eucharist. In this celebration, may we experience deep healing, a deep healing of our relationships, especially of our family relationships, as we taste and see the goodness of the Lord. God bless.